Hi, I'm Flo from the team at Tracker, one of the UK's leading market data and insight agencies. In partnership with NIQ, this is our latest brand growth snapshot, this time focusing on dairy, a £16 billion category where private label accounts for around 56% of category spend. That's the same percentage share as cheese and milk combined. In this short report, we're spotlighting the true movers and shakers, the brands attracting the most shoppers. Why? Because brands generally grow by attracting more shoppers. The better we can identify which brands are growing and understand why, the more we can apply these learnings to our own brands. If we firstly look at both branded and private label ranges combined, it's probably no surprise that Tesco Standard Own Label has the greatest reach amongst GB shoppers. 67.5% of GB shoppers have purchased a Tesco Standard Label dairy product over the last year. Given Tesco's share of the total grocery is around 28%, it's no wonder they attract so many shoppers due to their presence in the market. If we look at the biggest branded range, it's Cathedral City, with 41% of GB shoppers having purchased the range in the last year. It is, however, very much a private label dominated category, with only 4 brands in the top 15 ranges ranked on penetration. Focusing purely on branded ranges, there's a real trend around the sectors within dairy that have a greater branded presence. Sectors such as spreads, yogurts and cheese, for example. It's also interesting to see Graham's The Family Dairy, who are a Scottish-based brand, have such a strong presence in the category at a GB level. This will be helped by their strong presence in the major multiples as well as within the discounters. So, which ranges have attracted the most shoppers over the last year? The strengths of NIQ's shopper panel is that it can help brand owners track movement and change in shopper numbers over time. Here we can see that both Muller and Graham's have experienced the biggest net growth in shoppers across GB. What's interesting is that Tesco's premium range, Tesco Finest, is also thriving, with a growth of just over 1.1 million additional shoppers, compared to just a year ago. Brands also make up 10 of the 15 fastest growing ranges. This reinforces the crucial role brands continue to play in driving category growth. What it doesn't mean, though, is that all of this growth is incremental to the category. For example, volume growth is currently 1.7% across the category. When we look specifically at which brands have attracted the most shoppers over the last year, Muller's standard range leads the way, attracting 2.3 million additional shoppers. Graham's The Family Dairy follows as the second strongest performer, bringing in an additional 1.3 million shoppers across GB. We're also seeing momentum amongst gut health focused brands such as Biotiful and Bio and Me, with Faye similarly benefiting from rising interest in probiotic yogurts. Other trends worth noting include Costa and Nescafe capitalising on the growing popularity of iced coffee, while Bailey's continue to prove that alcohol brands can successfully stretch into chilled desserts. So how much of this growth has been incremental to the dairy category? It completely differs by brand. Muller's growth, for example, has not entirely helped the category grow. 66% of their spend growth has come from rival brands within the dairy category. On the other hand, Graham's has helped the category grow, as 57% of their growth has been incremental to the category. Finally, Biotiful's growth mainly comes from shoppers switching into their range from rival brands, therefore not driving incremental growth either. I hope you found that brief overview valuable. Our next brand growth snapshot will focus on Christmas categories, so keep a lookout for that in the new year. Finally, we're also running 60-minute market data training sessions, completely free of charge, online with practical advice, examples and tips on how to maximise the use of market data while preparing for those all-important retailer discussions. If you're interested in hearing more or for booking a place, please go to tracker.co.uk/training. Thanks.